What's up guys, it's Tal from Just Bolo. Now if you're wondering if deadlifts build muscle or help increase your aesthetic look, you've come to the right place. My name is Tal, welcome to Just Bolo. Short answer to whether deadlifts can help build muscle is yes, they do. Every workout or every exercise to some degree helps build muscle, especially with deadlifts. Deadlifts is a great way to help engage literally your whole body, because it's a whole body workout and it forces you to actually even find out where your weak points are. You can find out where your biggest weak point is, whether it's at the start, where it's at lift off, is when you're trying to complete the whole rep. If it's midway through, then it's definitely something to do with either your glutes or your back or your arms or your form itself. It's a good way to actually check your overall performance anyway. Overall though, the benefit to risk ratio, I would only recommend to do deadlifts only if you really purely enjoy doing deadlifts, or you're an athlete and you need to do deadlifts anyway. Other than that, there's many other alternatives to deadlifts that doesn't have as equal amount of risk. But overall though, it is a good workout, and honestly, me personally, it's a very, very fun workout to do. I personally like deadlifts, but I can't do it as much as I'd like to do because the chance of injury is just quite high. The great thing about deadlifts as well is that not only does it increase strength, not only does it increase muscle, it also increases your grip strength as well, which is something that isn't really accounted for as much. Doing deadlifts, you're kind of forced to lift heavy weight purely with just your hands as the grip. It's not like other different ways for like squat or bench where you don't really have to focus as much on grip, whereas deadlift is purely on grip, which is why sometimes having grip wraps or even having chalk does help contribute towards this. And as you can see with people like Larry Wills, they don't even deadlift anymore without chalk or straps anyway. So that definitely does help if your grip is starting to not pave way. But overall, doing deadlifts on a regular basis do also help grip strength as well. And as I said previously, the major benefits of deadlift is that it engages all muscle groups. That engages the back, your legs, your core, your hands, your grip. There's so many other benefits to it, even your biceps as well from the deadlift. Definitely, it's very, very good workout. Honestly, you can genuinely go to the gym and purely have reps and sets for deadlifts and even have a good workout with it. It's literally the only exercise where you can actually do that same exercise and call it a day. Other than maybe bench, squat, yeah, but definitely deadlift. After you've done deadlift, especially several sets and several reps, you can actually call it a day. It's that good of a workout, unlike other workouts themselves. More than deadlift and more than squat. Now, in terms of deadlifts, dumbbell deadlifts and barbell deadlifts are two different variations. Dumbbell deadlifts also work on neck, shoulders, biceps and triceps, and also your hands as well. Overall, I'll definitely say barbell deadlifts is more ideal is more preferred over dumbbell deadlifts. Just as my preference, just my opinion. Other major benefits of barbell deadlifts is that they work on back, hips, hamstrings and glutes, whereas dumbbells don't. Dumbbells don't target these areas. The good thing about dumbbells is that means that you can actually focus more on your neck, your shoulders, your arms. There's more stress on that. Whereas normal barbell deadlifts, depending on what your goal is probably going to be more ideal. But me personally, I definitely prefer overall performance anyway, which is why I'll do normal barbell deadlifts over dumbbell ones. Or dumbbells might even be perceived as harder purely because there's less muscles engaged, meaning that you're not going to get as much support from your glutes, from your hamstrings, and generally even from your quads. So you would realize you won't be able to lift as heavy with dumbbell deadlifts than you would with barbell purely. Also with dumbbells as well, it requires a bit more control. Barbells, you can focus a bit more on power, purely because it's a straight bar, whereas dumbbells, you need to also make sure that the dumbbells aren't swinging around, to make sure that your back's straight, and well, in both situations you need to make sure your back's straight anyway. But dumbbells are just a lot more to worry about, and make sure that the dumbbells, you don't drop the dumbbells on your foot. Whereas with the barbell, you don't have to even, if you drop the weight, you drop the weight. There's literally nothing to worry about. However though, for beginners, dumbbells are much more preferred because it's much easier to get your form correct than it is for barbells. I even know some experienced people that are still struggling to get their form correct with with barbell deadlifts over dumbbell ones. Dumbbell ones are much more convenient, and it's a good way to ease yourself into barbell deadlifts, especially if you're going to have some sort of warm up. I'll definitely say dumbbell deadlifts would be much more ideal, especially at a lighter weight. You can get your form correct and just get yourself getting into the motion of doing the deadlifts, some variation of deadlifts anyway, before you get into the big ones of the barbell deadlifts. Also, one other issue with dumbbell deadlifts is that the dumbbells will be too heavy for your hands, generally extremely tough for you to be able to deadlift with dumbbells, extremely heavy weights, especially if they're 50 kilogram weights. So it's much easier for you to be able to lift heavier with barbells than with dumbbells, even purely because of the grip. So it's not really ideal to do dumbbell deadlifts. You don't see it, that's why you also don't see it as often as well. Also, the great thing about deadlifts as well is that they help build not just strength but also endurance as well, especially for overall performance within the gym doing up a workout. Deadlift is a compound workout, meaning that they can work on several different muscle groups within the body at the same time for this exercise. So is squat and so is bench. Compound exercises are better for building muscle than isolation ones like bench presses and dumbbell curls, because they allow greater blood flow for targeted areas, meaning more growth, and more blood flow meaning more oxygen goes into the body, greater recovery, greater repairs for the body as well. That means that once they've been repaired, they're going to come back even stronger, hence muscle growth. Anyway. However, I will mention the risk with deadlifts as well, full disclaimer. You're more likely to get lower back injuries if you don't do it properly. But in general, even if you do it properly, it's still going to cause a lot of lower back pain, even with good form. It's quite tough, especially if you're lifting heavy. Ideally, if you don't have to do deadlifts to get the goals that you need to do, then it's probably best for you not to do it regardless. That's just a full disclaimer. It is a very good workout. It does have major benefits to it, but just like how it has high benefits, it also has high risk as well. Whereas something like T-bar rows or barbell rows, it doesn't have as many benefits, but the risk is just drastically lower, majorly lower in the long term. And if your form is not correct, or if you're a beginner, so it's just compromising. But I definitely say you should, even for new people as well, you should definitely learn how to do barbell deadlifts and get that experience just to try new things and take on new challenges, because that's in essence what going to the gym will help you do and help develop that growth mentality anyway. I'll definitely say still try and do barbell deadlifts, but start off with dumbbell ones, especially for beginners, because that's where you'll definitely be able to get your form correct and then set yourself in the right position for you to do the barbell deadlift. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the video, what you liked about it, and let me know how much you guys can actually deadlift as well. The highest person that can deadlift, I'm going to recommend them in my next video and hear what they have to say. They get to decide what's going to be the next video. Stay tuned, take care, stay balled up.